God has called me to do. That you are there by my side, not just in some things, but in everything, and you're helping me to grow in that area. Not criticizing me, not badgering me, not shutting me down, but you're strengthening me, uplifting me, and encouraging me.
That's it. That's it. And when we go that route, when we understand what it is that we're supposed to do for one another, we do a couples gathering every year that's called "Teach Me How to Love You More." And in that couples gathering that we did, there was teaching, connections, healing, repentance, forgiveness, because God allowed us to touch subjects and things that someone in the room was dealing with.
That's it.
And sometimes we get into situations in our relationships, we don't want anybody to know what we're going through. So we'll just hide it. We won't say it. We won't do it. We'll just go through it because we feel like it was ordained by God for us to have to suffer like that.
That's it. That's it.
But if I'm truly your queen, then that means that you're going to treat me as such.
That's right.
If you're truly my king, I'm going to treat you as such. I'm not going to disrespect you, not going to talk you down, not going to try to make you look bad.
That's right.
We're not going to criticize one another. We're not
Come
going
on
to
now.
allow somebody else to come in and say something that we know that is irate or totally belittling to our
My
husband
Lord.
or our wife or our mate.
That's it right
So
there.
to carry them in our spirit until they are mature or strong enough to stand alone in the spirit. And it must be built to stand. The relationship has to be built to stand. And then we still remember through all of that, they still are our covering. Okay, you know, sometimes I get in trouble
Come on,
when I go there because, you know, there's some strong women, and Lord knows I am too, but I understand the place that God has put me. RESPECT, Aretha Franklin said it best. We understand that sometimes who we are as women, females, the feminine one, we are still go-getters. We'll still listen to God. We'll still go forth. If he say go higher, we go higher. Sometimes by the time we realize where we are, we've left them. Because our mind was on the things of God. And theirs was trying to get it right.
Come on now.
Okay. All right. So I'm getting in trouble tonight, but that's okay.
Come on. Come on.
At
That's
times
it.
we may be the only words that they read. You know, we started out together. We went to church together and we thought it was cute. You were getting all yours. He was just full. Not sure full of what, but we went there together. We did that thing together. We started in church together. But somewhere along the line, I took my walk with Christ serious and you didn't.
My
I
God.
allowed God to fill me and you didn't. And it goes both ways. Oh, I want a saved man and oh, I want a saved woman. But do you really? Because when they say that they're sold out to Christ,
Come on now.
when they say they're going to give God their everything,
That's it.
then if you be honest with yourself, sometimes jealousy takes place.
It does, because it is the husband's job and his obligation to love and care for his wife. In the same way that he loved and cared for his own body. And to love your wife is to love yourself.
Yes.
So I don't believe that no one hate their own self. So why do we talk to our spouses certain ways?
Yes.
Why do we treat our spouses certain ways? Why do we act certain ways toward our spouses? Because when we do that, we're acting that way towards our own self.
That's it.
Because you are I and I are you. And when we become one, Paul said it was a mystery that they went up as two, but they came back as one. So as we come back as one, now I no longer have obligation to do what I want to do anymore. Because we're one now. All my obligation become your obligation. Your obligation become my obligation. And once we understand that, then we'll have an understanding of how we should treat one another.
That's it. Don't treat me like you don't want to be treated.
Come on now.
Don't talk to me like you don't want to be talked to. And yeah, we go there. Yeah, we get upset with one another. Yeah, sometimes we cross some lines that we know if we were honest, that sometimes never heals. Now, you don't want to hear that tonight. But the words, 3 words, I forgive you. But did you forget it? You forgave me, I said it, I did it, but did you really truly, deep down on the inside, forgive me? You said it.
Because the test will come.
Yes, it will.
Would you bring it back 4 years later? Would you bring it back 3 days later? Would you
That's
bring
it.
it back 3 weeks later? Would you bring it back up? Because if you truly forgive someone, you don't bring that back. Can you imagine if Christ bring up everything that we do back up when we ask him
my
for something?
goodness.
Can you imagine that?
Yes.
So why do we do that towards others?
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. They just need to leave us alone on tonight. So, God trusts us to carry our assignment through. So I say to you on tonight, somebody need to hear that. Don't quit on your assignment. I'm gonna say it again. Don't quit on your assignment. It seems so easy to give up and walk away. But do you remember that promise that you made to God? That vow you made to God? To have and to hold, for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, to death we do part. That all by itself, that's a whole nother thing all by itself. I'll deal with that in my just a little in my upcoming book, His Wife, His Armor Bearer. But 2 Chronicles 15:7. But as for you, talking about you tonight, you see me pointing at you. Be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded.
Come on now.
Now, you know, we said 2 weeks ago,
Come on.
you can't say marriage is work. If you say marriage is work, we've already classified it as drudgery, boring, something I don't want to do, something I don't want to show up for, something I'm going to clock in late for, something I'm going to try to take long breaks from, when we say that it's work. But when we say that our relationship is a ministry, then we'll put more into it than saying that it's work.
Come on now.
Again, 2 Chronicles 15:7 says, but as for you, be strong. You can't punk out, wimp out, and then call yourself strong. You can't walk out on the assignment and then say, I'm a strong woman. Then you just quit on the assignment God just gave you, and that was a lie, and the truth wasn't in you.
Come on now.
We wasn't
That's
strong.
It. That's it.
And he said, don't give up. I'm just saying what the word said. And I like this little saying, and I never forgot it, and I made sure I put it in the book. And it says, when the road you travel seems all uphill, rest if you must, but don't you quit.
Come on.
While we trying to make it there, while we trying to make it work, yeah, we can rest, but don't you quit.
Come on.
Because somebody's life depends on it.
That is it.
In other words, don't give up. Again, I say there are loopholes, there are potholes in the midst of trying to make it work and deciding to yourself that I'm not going to give up on my relationship. But once we've given it to God, He'll provide a way of escape. He will. Don't forget, some of those situations, some of those relationships, some of those friendships you got into, God never directed you to go into them. He never directed you to attach yourself to that person. He never intended for you to lay down with them. That was your flesh that you were following. That was your emotions that you were following. The little G-O-D, not the big G-O-D.
Yes, sir.
If you would admit it on tonight and not hold that against us, there's a blessing in holding on and holding out in your relationship. Do you agree with that on tonight? There's a blessing. They were birthed and custom designed just for you. That 6-pack, that 8-pack, that 12-pack, that 36, 24, 36.
All right.
That 42, 40, 58. They were designed for you. That 5'6", 6'2", 6'10", 5'1", 4'11". Sorry, Javasia. Sorry, Twanette. That 4'11", they were designed for you. And think of all the time, sweat, and tears you put into that relationship to keep it together. And then all of a sudden, when you grow weary in your well-doing, you decide, I want to give up. But you made God a promise. You paid all that money, had that big old reception, wedding in front of all those people. You made a vow. that we're going to be there till death do us part. And then the moment tragedy hits, the moment things go wrong, things go south, things go totally against what you thought, then it's time to quit. Then it's time to give up. Then it's time to tell God, I can't do this.
Come on now.
Proverbs 31 and 12. You know, we like to quote Proverbs. But Proverbs 31 and 12 says, she does him good and not harm
Come on now. Come on.
all the days of her life. I love key words. Key word being all. It didn't say when you feel like it. It didn't say when they make you feel good. It didn't say when they bought you diamonds, rubies, and pearls. It says all the days of her life. She does him good. Again, I say to you on tonight, don't give up. We know that when it's time for labor, just when that baby is getting ready to crown, we have all the pain, we have the pressure, we feel like our life is going to end because it's almost there. It's almost at that breaking point, and I know you feel that on tonight. You feel the pressure, the shortness of breath. I can't bear it. The cramps. We feel all of that. And so it is when we're getting ready to birth our mate on tonight. Good afternoon. You're tapping into Hanging with the Walkers. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with on tonight?
I guess we lost him.
I think I may have lost my caller. Understand and know that your partner is feeling what you're feeling. Do you believe that on tonight? 813-450-2902. The frustrations you feel, do you believe that your husband or wife is feeling that? The anger that you feel, do you feel as if your partner is feeling that on tonight? The sadness that you feel, the low spirit that you feel. If you're connected and if you're one, they're feeling what you're feeling.
Come on now.
They just have a different way of expressing that.
Come on.
They just have a different way of venting that. They just have a different way of showing that. We're women, we're emotional people. So of course we'll show ours in a different way. But they're manly and they're masculine. And he can share that. A lot of times there are things that they want to say. There are things that they feel. There are things and emotions that they're going through. But they just show it a different way than we do. And if they don't say what we think they should say, or how we think they should say it.
Right.
Sometimes I laugh. We're talking about some things, and he'll say, so why you couldn't just say it like this? Or why you couldn't just say it like that? Because I'm me, and you're you. And my words are not like your words. I try to save a person's feelings, but you just rip the whole head off. So I can't say it like you say it. What?
Here we go.
You slice them up. And then here comes Mama Barbara trying to patch up the holes. So we don't always say the same thing the same way. And that just goes along with the authority and the masculinity. But then on the other side, don't forget we have that side too, because we can be holy terrorists too. So we have to be mindful of that. But we just got to understand that your partner is feeling exactly what you're feeling. And he always tell me, someone has to be the wise one. You do the praying. That's what he used to tell me. You do the praying, and I'm gonna do the cussing. I'm gonna do the fighting. You just keep praying, and God gonna answer. So somebody has to be the wise one in a relationship. Why not let it be you? Why not let it be you that begin to bring forth words of wisdom, soothing words, being able to stroke them until they're able to calm down. You know, I tell you all the time that it's in the touch. We don't believe that. We don't understand that. We mistake that gift that God has given us, that gift of touch. And there are times it don't take words. Sometimes all it takes is just a touch. Try it. Sometimes all it takes is just a touch to change a whole situation around. Now, don't get me wrong. If they hot-headed and got a temper, and you say, "Don't you put your hands on me." You know how you do. Don't try to hide it. I know I'm talking to you. They be trying to hug you, be trying to hold you. "Don't you put your hands on me. Don't touch me." Oh yeah. I know I'm knocking in your door. I know I'm walking in your house on tonight. They're trying to hold your hand. They're trying to calm you down. They're trying to let you know, listen, we've gone too far. Listen, bananas, like Kevin Hart said, you got to have a safe word. Bananas, apples, nectarines, pears. Have a safe word that we've gone too far in our conversation. That's it, sis. Touch is a powerful gift. It definitely is. And sometimes it matters how we touch, how we approach one another, that we can change that whole situation around. Even in ministry, it matters. The touch when you're ministering to someone. It's the same thing with your partner. So if there's need to have some space, try the next room, the garage, the porch, but never leave each other angry. And definitely try not to go to bed angry as well. Do you agree on tonight? 813-450-2902. I know you have some ways that you calm down heated fellowship in your relationships. There are some single people, some married people on the line that needs to hear that on tonight. 813-450-2902. What did you do to diffuse that relationship? That that was going south real quick. That that somebody somewhere was about to get in a car and leave. Get in that truck or van and leave for good.
How do you diffuse heated fellowship, and is it working?